Aloha, this is Steph with Turtle Flow. Today I'll be introducing Yin Yoga to those of you who are new to Yin Yoga. So this is Yin Yoga for beginners. For those of you who've been practicing for a while, I just want a reminder and just a refresher with the beginner's mind. Sometimes it's always good to go back to beginner's mind and just refresh yourself. I'll be giving you a lot of instructions, a lot of modifications, and props are optional in Yin Yoga, but the props are going to be here to help you find more ease and stillness. So you can use blocks, and if you don't have yoga props, you can use household items. I have a video on how to replace yoga props with household items. So you can check that out. You can have a yoga blanket or just bath towels. So we're gonna start sitting on one or two bolster or pillows. So the key to Yin Yoga is that we're really honoring our body. So we're gonna start with butterfly, and I'm going to put you into the first position and explain to you what Yin Yoga is as we're holding. So I'm going to be giving you a lot of instructions, a lot of modifications. So you want to listen to your body and do what feels right for your body. Okay? And these are just suggestions. So in Yin Yoga, there's no specific way to use props. The props are here to help you hold the pose longer. So butterfly is a bound angle pose, and we call this yin, we call it butterfly. So you're gonna bring your soles of your feet together, knees will drop down, and if you're rounding, if it's challenging to sit tall, then sit on a blanket or two so that the knees are fairly in line with your hips. Another option is to put blocks or pillows or cushions underneath your knees. So these props are here to help you find ease and stillness. So take a moment to sit here for a moment. Take 3 deep breaths to feel yourself grounding into the earth through your sit bones. Just allow your knees to settle. Make sure you're not gripping at your hip joint. And the feet can be close to you or far from you, and you can adjust this as you're in the pose. But the key to Yin Yoga is that you want to have minimum movements once you're in the pose. So before we get to it, it's really important that you relax the muscles. We're targeting the connective tissues, ligaments, the fascia, and helps lubricate your joints. It's really great for your joint health. I'm just going to do a quick demo. So if you take your finger, index finger, arm all the muscles, and try to pull. See how nothing moves? But if you relax your hands, relax the muscles, and then you pull, you feel this joints pulling apart, kind of like an elastic. That's what we're doing in Yin. So it's really important to relax the muscles so that we're really pulling and stretching at the deeper layers of the body. So once you've had your deep breaths here, as you're listening to me, let the breath settle to natural breathing. And start to observe that natural rhythm of your breath. So throughout the practice, we're going to use this observation of your breath as an anchor to help your mind be in the present moment, to help you find stillness. So once you found your setup, again, if you're comfortable without any props, you don't have to use any props. You don't even have to be on a yoga mat to practice yin. You can wear whatever clothing is comfortable for you. Then you're going to inhale to reach up. Relax the muscles, exhale, fold. And then for the first few moments, see if you want to readjust the distance of your feet to let your spine round like the hill. I'm going to stay here for 2 minutes just because we've been in this shape for a while. But as you fold, you're going to feel the inner thigh stretch, this butterfly, and because of the approach that we're using, you're not going to go as far as when you make the maximum effort. If you got anything going on in your spine and all these forward folds, you can have your spine straight and just lean as far as you can go. But if it's okay for you to round, let your spine round and let your head drop. You might not go that far, then maybe you need more support. And you can do that by angling your bolster or your pillow and lift your forehead. And this could be enough for you. And then once you're in the pose, try to just be. And another way is to use blocks. So again, I'm just giving you a lot of options so that you can find your favorite way to support yourself in each pose. Or what's available to you. You might even have 2 blocks. So you can be as creative as you want, or again, you can have nothing under you. Just be here. Observing your natural breath. Do your best not to make any movements. Relax the muscles. This is butterfly. Energetically opening your liver and kidneys. Your energy channels based in traditional Chinese medicine. So, as thoughts come up, keep observing the thoughts, let them flow through, keep coming back to the ebb and flow of your natural inhales and your exhales. And see if you can just find a way to just be. The magic of Yin Yoga happens when you let yourself just be still. And the most challenging part is being still and being quiet. So be very kind to yourself. And at first, you're going to want to fidget a lot. Release the urge to do that. You can always back off. You can come out early. Now we can roll out very slowly. I held this pose a little longer. It's our introductory pose. And as you advance, you hold the pose longer and do less poses per practice. And initially, you would hold from 3 to 5 minutes each. You can go as long as 10 minutes, but that's as you advance. So you can do windshield at first. So between poses, you're going to want to do some counter poses to help you release the stiffness from the hold and being still. Another option is to just lie down after each pose in mini Savasana and let yourself just be, receiving the rebound effect, observing the effects of the practice subtle level. Or maybe you might notice physically. So this rebound is very powerful. So you can either be in rebound or you can make dynamic movements to counter between each poses. So those are called counter poses. Okay? So the best one after butterfly is that windshield wiper or rebound in lying down position. And now we're going to come to what's called a Sphinx Pose. So before we get to it, you can even loosen up the spine by doing some Marauding bear on all fours. So this is like doing cat-cow, or you can move about. Then you're going to come onto your belly, release your legs behind you. And in Yin Yoga, you just let your legs be natural, honoring your bone structure. And just relax through your buttocks, through your leg muscles. And you're going to start with your arms parallel, elbows shoulder width underneath the shoulders, or you can have your arms more forward. If your lower back feels sensitive here. If you need more support, you can also hold a towel or blanket underneath your armpit. That's if you need some support. And then if you can go deeper into the back bend, you bring the props closer to you. You can have your shoulders active, like pressing and lifting your heart rather than draw the shoulders down. But in Yin, you can just let your shoulders be soft. You can keep your neck long, or you can drop your head. So you always want to take the first minute or so, when you first get into the pose, to check in and find the pose and find the props that works for you. Then you can also your forehead on a block, or you can just let the head hang. Then once you found that pose, just be. Try to limit the movements. Again, we're targeting the connective tissues, ligaments, and the joints, and the fascia, which are like the that weave through all the muscles, connective tissues, like a suit that connects everything together, that holds your shape. It's a Sphinx Pose, which is good for your bone and your heart and medium points. And it can strengthen your lower back, but make sure you're not feeling any sharp pain in your lower back here. Last minute here. And then we're holding the poses with your flag. And then the best counter pose for this, you can flip over and rebound in Savasana on your back. Or you can press yourself up to all fours, do some Marauding bear. Or if you need to release your lower back, in stillness, you can do some child's pose. Bring your inner big toes together. These can be a comfortable distance so the tailbone can release towards the heels. You bring your arms by your sides. It's very grounding. Turtle in a shell. And also extend your arms forward and relax. Roll up. Next pose we're going to do is going to be Dragonfly. So again, you have a blanket, something to sit on. wide. Relax your legs instead of flexing your leg muscles. Just need to relax. And we're just going to go side bend. So you can have a block or something underneath that bottom arm. One side, relax all the muscles. Feel this in the back of your leg. Back. The top arm can be over your head, at your waist, or behind your waist. And then as you feel the opening, you can readjust to go lower, or you can always back off. But try to find that sweet spot where you feel just enough stretch, but it's not so intense that you can't be still. Relax into it. See if you can give into gravity's pull. Allow yourself to just close your eyes and just hang out here. Again, you can be as creative as you want with your props. Or you might not need any props. And see, as you're holding, where you start to tense up on a muscular level, keep checking in and soften any area that you tend to tense up. So the definition of yin, the opposite of yang. Allowing this time for stillness. Come up, just holding for a couple minutes here, and just go straight to the other side. Honor that each side is different. So again, you can bring it up over your head, behind your head, at the waist, or underneath. This arm can be really high. And it's always better to start higher and go deeper instead of going too far too soon. And you want to go for about 70% of your maximum effort. So you're not pushing or letting yourself just Dragonfly with a side bend. Again, you can just let your head be. Or you can support your head with your bottom hand. You don't even need any props. And again, the definition of yin, as I mentioned, is the opposite of yang. So connecting and aligning the qualities of yin, which is quiet, feminine, dark, cold, hard. So this is a still, quiet practice. And see how you can surrender. And it's very grounding. You can also open it up energetically through the meridian points. Releasing tension, especially a lot of emotional tension through the fascia, lubricating your joints via the synovial fluids. And we target the lower body mostly, waist down. All these four folds are very helpful for the spine flexibility. Lubricating every joint in the spine, especially the first four fold that we did, Dragonfly. So now we're going to gently roll up. And at first, those 3 minutes can feel like 20 minutes. And then the more you show up and practice, it's going to go faster. And the key is to be very gentle with yourself. You can come to your windshield wipers, or you can come to your rebound. Feet flat, wider than your hips, knees side to side. And I've already set the blanket aside, but you can stay on your blanket to do this. And the peak pose for every yin practice ultimately is Shavasana. So at this point, please come on to your back. And if you want support in your Shavasana, you can have a blanket under your neck and head, bolster under your knees for lower back support, or you can just come on flat on your back. Another option is if you don't need any support for your head, or if you have another blanket, you can have your blanket on top of your belly and thigh. And that's very grounding. And take a moment to let your heels ground. Make sure your heels are not floating, especially if you have something under your knees. Let your legs release out to the side, however they naturally fall. Arms by your sides, palms are facing up. Shavasana, and then just allow yourself to release into a deep relaxation. Another option for Yin Yoga in terms of final rest is Pentacle. So I'm just gonna get rid of my props just so you can see better. So it's like it's bringing your legs wider than Shavasana, let the legs release, and then bringing your arms over your head in a V. If this is too efforting, then make sure you do regular Shavasana. So you can do Pentacle or Shavasana. Once you pick the pose, let yourself just be. Allow yourself to release into a deep relaxation. Keep watching your thoughts. It's natural for the thoughts to arise. Honor any emotions that arise. Allow the thoughts to just flow through as if you're observing water flowing down the river. Maybe watching the leaves, dry leaves on the water float by, or watching white fluffy clouds in the blue sky floating by. See how you can release and ground all that's touching the earth as you receive all the support from the earth. Reminding yourself there is nothing to do, nothing to achieve, but just be here, relaxing and receiving. Reminding yourself that you deserve this time of self-care to recharge, rejuvenate, and then start to deepen and lengthen your breaths in and out through your nose, wiggling your fingers, your toes. Allow yourself to just make any movements to help you mindfully, gently transition out of your practice. And whenever you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. And roll to your right side. I'm just going to turn to the left just so I can face you. Turn to your right. Take a moment in fetal position. And then gently and mindfully press yourself up, coming to a comfortable seated position of your choice. Sitting tall. As you bring your palms together to heart center, lift your heart as you bow down. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and everyone that's watching this with you. wonderful rest of your day or evening. Namaste. Before you open your eyes, I'm just gonna ring the Tibetan Singing Bowl for 3 times, just to seal your practice, seal your intention. So after yin practice, because we stretch, as I mentioned, it's like when you relax your arms, when you stretch, pull your finger, you feel like that elasticity, joints get very loose, and you can really stretch at the joint level versus when you tighten up and try to pull, then nothing moves. So that's what we did in yin yoga. You want to give time for the joints to settle, and you don't want to do any high impact exercises right away, so wait about 30 minutes before you go running or anything. And yin yoga can be practiced morning or at night or any time that calls to you. But I prefer evening because I'm a night person. But yeah, just tune into your body and see what calls to you. And then you will also feel very energized after, as if you took a really good nap. So thank you so much. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much if you've already subscribed. And please be sure to like this video if it helped you, and share your experience in the comments below. Especially if you're new to yin yoga, I would love to know how you felt after. So see you next time. Thank you so much. Go within and find your inner sparkle. Aloha.